I always thought I knew what betrayal felt like, until the day I knocked on a familiar door, only to find my fiancé's carbon copy staring back at me. It was a sunny afternoon, one of those days where you feel like nothing could go wrong. I was visiting my childhood neighborhood, a place filled with memories, when curiosity got the better of me. A new family had moved in 2 doors down from my old house, and the little girl playing in the yard caught my eye because she looked startlingly familiar. Her eyes were the exact shade of blue as my fiancé's, a detail that sent a chill down my spine. Curious and slightly disoriented, I walked up to the door and rang the bell. The woman who answered was the spitting image of me, only older and with a weariness that spoke of secrets too heavy to bear. The woman was polite but guarded, and something in her demeanor felt off. We exchanged pleasantries, and when I casually mentioned my fiancé's name, her face paled. Her eyes darted to the little girl, and then back to me, as if calculating whether to slam the door or confess. The truth tumbled out in a rush, a tangled web of deceit that had been woven long before I'd ever met him. They were his family, a family he'd conveniently forgotten to mention during our whirlwind romance. The little girl was his daughter, and the woman was his wife, or at least, they had been, before he decided to move on without bothering to tie up loose ends. The confrontation that ensued when I stormed back to our shared apartment was a hurricane of accusations and denials. He was home, looking every bit the picture of innocence until I threw the truth at him like a grenade. His face crumbled, and for a fleeting moment, I saw a mix of guilt and relief. He had been living a double life, torn between responsibilities and desires, but it was his nonchalance that cut the deepest. It was as if he expected this revelation would somehow resolve itself without consequence. His apology was hollow, a feeble attempt to patch a sinking ship, and I realized in that moment that the person I loved was a stranger. Leaving him was both the hardest and the easiest decision I ever made. The betrayal was personal, but it also ignited something within me, a realization of my own worth and the lies I'd been telling myself in the name of love. I could have spent years trapped in a fabricated reality, but instead, I chose to walk away, carrying the lesson that sometimes the greatest betrayals come not from the lies others tell us, but from the lies we tell ourselves. As I packed my bags, I felt a strange sense of liberation. The girl who once looked at the world with naive eyes had grown, hardened but wiser, ready to reclaim her life from the ashes of deceit.